And it's 10 o'clock. Thank you, Heather.
Thank you, Laura. Well, hello, and welcome to CCS's monthly webinar of Human is Universal, Redefining Human Resources. I'm Heather Karp, Executive Director of Human Resources here at Catholic Community Services, and it's my honor to share with you some exciting and, quite frankly, impressive things that this HR team has done, is doing, and will continue to do in the future. Let's jump in. We're going to talk about what it means to redefine human resources by going back to the basics, speak to some key areas in which HR takes the lead, and our future vision for our department, as well as our desire for continuous improvement. Finally, we'll take some time at the end to have open discussion and answer any questions that you may have, but feel free throughout the program to put your questions in the chat and we'll address those as we can. Let's meet the HR team. As you know, I'm Heather Karp, Executive Director of Human Resources. Notice everyone has a contact for section under their name. I do not. And that's not because I don't want anyone to contact me. It's because I am open to being contacted about anything and everything. And I wanted to leave that open with you guys. So please welcome our team. Allison.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Allison Newell, Senior HR Generalist here at CCS. I provide HR support, and I also serve as the lead and subject matter expert for all things benefits.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Ricardo Chavez. I'm a Human Resources Generalist here at Catholic Community Services. And like Allison, I provide general HR support, and I'm the subject matter expert and lead on recruiting.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Sam Gibbs. I'm the HR coordinator. I help the HR generalist with support. I also do new hire onboarding and certifications.
Good morning. My name is Felicia Chacon. I'm the HR and payroll coordinator, and I handle items such as payroll, compliance, certifications, and I'm a notary.
Wonderful. Thank you, team. Okay, so redefining human resources. What does that look like? What does it mean? Well, let's first start with the title of the presentation. Human is universal. That's true. But the way we support our team members, our clients, and communities is not. Human resources is not a cookie cutter administrative department that simply follows a set of rules. We're partners, we're advocates, both for the team members and the organization. To be a true partner or advocate, we must adapt our guidelines and practices to be relevant to the times, scalable for growth, and truly person-centered. At Catholic Community Services, we are reimagining how human resources supports our mission by aligning our work more closely with the needs of our programs and people. Our redesigned team structure ensures dedicated HR support for each program area, strengthening compliance, payroll, recruiting, onboarding, and training. HR used to be the policy police, the paper pushers, the stoppers, those who just said no. But we have redefined HR here at CCS. HR is aligning directly with the programs to provide tailored support based on the needs of that particular program. Yes, we have standards and established procedures, but we want to break out of the traditional HR mold and expand our creativity to find new ways to accomplish our strategic goals. Brief example of this is recently a program was struggling to hire and fill their open spots. So we got with the team, we brainstormed some ideas, and that resulted in 2 of our HR team members going to Sierra Vista, conducting 3 on-site interviews, immediately onboarding 1 as a new hire, and the other 2 were possibilities. So that is just one way in which we've customized a process to meet the need of that program. We are proudly incorporating our Catholic identity into every stage of the employee journey, embedding Catholic social teachings into new employee orientation, sharing the values of Matthew 25 in action, and adding Catholic holy days to our paid holiday schedule. Our commitment to excellence is also evident in compliance, where we've enhanced certification tracking, training requirements, and audit processes to protect our staff and the individuals we serve. Engagement is another priority for us. With employee surveys, real-time feedback tools, and the Nectar recognition platform, we're fostering a culture of appreciation and continuous dialogue. From payroll services to manager support to robust training and leadership development opportunities, HR is building a foundation of support that helps every employee thrive and keeps the organization safe from potential risks. We're also leveraging data and analytics to tell CCS's story, track progress, and inform decision-making. To do this, we had to go back to the basics. And what should our team structure look like? How do we provide meaningful support to and effective support to the organization? In this presentation, we're going to share with you how the HR team was structured previously, how it's structured now, and why we made that change. We also want to share who we support and how we support both the employees and the organization, and how this support is aligned with CCS's strategic priorities. We had to restructure the team with the goal of centralizing support and eliminating silos. So support is the key word here. We wanted to ensure that programs and departments did not operate with their own rules and own policies and procedures, as this can lead to potential liability and risk. So we went from a team of 6 down to a team of 5. It's a different structure, different titles, and even an internal promotion on the team, which resulted in holistic, dedicated, and strategic program and departmental support. It's a smaller team, but with much, much bigger results. HR is not just a cost center anymore. By aligning with strategic objectives of the organization, HR drives revenue by focusing on program-specific key performance indicators and data and addressing the needs holistically. For example, our CLP program was able to dramatically decrease their overtime hours by 60% from one pay period to the next and sustain that improvement. And that was a result of payroll providing overtime reports after each payroll in every pay period, and HR working with that team to create a document for overtime approval. This was a huge cost savings to that program, and management was fully supported by HR throughout the process. This is yet another example of how HR wants to be and should be a dedicated and trusted partner in the day-to-day operations of our programs and departments. The generalists have their pulse on the needs of each program. They're listening to the strengths and opportunities of the team members, but also the processes in place, and offering guidance and assistance when needs arise. The program dictates the urgency and the need. HR simply responds accordingly. HR also has a critical part in managing risks for the organization. Risks can include things like employment-related legal claims, workplace accidents and injuries, keeping staffing levels to expectations to avoid service disruptions, training employees on applicable laws and regulations, etc. By avoiding and preventing risks, HR is adding deep value to the organization with behind-the-scenes risk management. We believe that this new structure allows for long-term sustainability of strategic goals with centralizing key functions of the organization. It also allows for diversification of skills for both the generalists and coordinators, in addition to cross-training of information and processes, which creates space for learning and development on the team in an organic manner. As you can see here, the programs and departments are divided between the generalists. Each generalist will work with each program for at least 1 year to get intimately familiar with their practices and their needs. This allows for greater relationship and camaraderie building between HR and the program management team, and the ability to address the needs holistically and in a customized way. Generalists partner with the programs in the following areas: recruiting, interviewing and onboarding, benefits administration, compensation, performance management, employee relations, separations of employment, retirement, and reductions in force, just to name a few things. It's clear that the generalists are true partners to the program management teams and are here to support in any way. As we know, compliance is critical to CCS operations. Prior to my arrival at CCS, we had a third-party audit HR processes, and this audit revealed several deficiencies. To resolve these issues and mitigate future risks, we have remediated as much as we could within the bounds of the law and trained the team on appropriate processes for I-9 management, among other critical processes. At the time of that audit, we achieved an average compliance score of 65% in 5 key areas, those areas being drug screens, E-Verify, central registry, criminal history affidavits, and fingerprint clearance cards. I'm really happy to share that as of the end of the last fiscal year, June 30th, 2025, we have an average compliance score in those same areas of 90%. This dramatic improvement is really due to the diligence of this HR team in ensuring timely communication, efficient collection of compliance items, accurate input of that data, and consistent follow-up. Our HR coordinators are critical to our compliance success here at CCS. Sam spends quality time with each new hire during their onboarding to ensure successful completion of the onboarding process, which includes collecting many certifications required for compliance. With Sam collecting the data at hire, inputting and tracking that data, we are able to keep employees on top of their compliance requirements, which reduces the need to pull non-compliant employees from their important work. In addition, Felicia provides a second verification of all certifications received. Felicia is also HR's point of contact for audits, responsible for updating the Relias training plans and processes our workers' comp claims. Oh, and she also does payroll for the entire organization. Human resources at CCS is no longer just a support function. It's a mission-driven partner, empowering our people to serve our communities with excellence and compassion while continuously improving how we live our values every single day. Speaking of values, CCS is the social services arm of the Roman Catholic Diocese of Tucson, and as such are considered a Catholic entity. Part of our strategic priorities is to embrace and strengthen our Catholic identity here at CCS. To do this, we incorporated Catholic social teachings into our new employee orientation, emphasizing our focus on the mission outlined in Matthew 25, verses 35 and 36, which reads, "For I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you welcomed me. I was naked, and you gave me clothing. I was sick, and you took care of me. I was in prison, and you visited me." This scripture defines the mission of CCS. We strengthen children, adults, families, and communities by providing help, creating hope, and serving all. As an organization, we want to lean into the sacrificial nature of our Catholic identity in how we operate at CCS. We introduced our Mission in Action campaign in 2024, which started with our response to the San Carlos Apache Reservation wildfire. Bishop Weissenberger at the time called a few of us to his office on a Friday morning to inquire what we could do to help the beautiful people of San Carlos. And we instantly responded with an idea to host an emergency relief drive the very next morning. By calling some friends with the Knights of Columbus for manpower, St. Vincent de Paul, who provided 2 big box trucks and drove those trucks to the reservation for us, and a few of us CCS staffers, we were able to collect 2 entire trucks full of supplies for the folks of San Carlos. From this, we adopted the Mission in Action theme, and now every new hire receives a Mission in Action t-shirt at new employee orientation. We've incorporated the Mission in Action branding into our giveaways at job fairs, or what we call CCS swag. And also on our community charity walk t-shirts. CCS is our mission in action. Ricardo?
Thank you, Heather. To truly achieve our mission in action, we must first start with compliance. HR's piece of compliance can be viewed from 3 categories: tracking, support, and learning management system administration. CCS partners with iSolved, our human resources information system, to assist with compliance item tracking, known as certifications within the iSolved system. All employees, regardless of title, department, and status, are required to successfully complete and maintain the following certifications throughout their employment: Arizona Level 1 Fingerprint Clearance Card, Arizona Criminal History Affidavit with Notarization, Arizona Central Registry Check, now through the Centralized Background Check or CBC portal, National and FBI criminal background checks, and a pre-employment drug screening. Some departments and/or titles may require additional compliance items based on licensing or overseeing entity requirements. These items are also tracked and followed up on in the iSolved system. As these compliance items or certifications approach 90, 60, 30, 14, and 7 days prior to expiration, iSolve sends reminders and instructions to employees and their leaders to allow for ample time to renew. HR coordinators and an HR generalist also personally follow up on items approaching expiration with the employee and their manager to personally offer support and renewal. For support, HR truly seeks to be a partner in compliance as tasks required can be overwhelming. HR is mobile and flexible. We are able to travel to satellite locations to provide in-person assistance as needed. Other ways we have supported in the past include Teams or Zoom calls after normal business hours or on weekends to ensure staff are able to receive support on the schedule that works for them. Our team is well versed on frequently renewed items such as the CBC check and fingerprint clearance card renewal process, so we are able to successfully partner with employees and their leaders to ensure these requirements are met and answer any questions they may have. Finally, CCS's learning management system, Relias, is maintained by our team. All staff are assigned CCS-wide new hire and annual trainings, with some programs also required to have specific trainings. Examples of this include our behavioral health teams being enrolled in the Arizona Association of Health Plans or AZHP training modules. Just as with iSolved, Relias sends reminders to employees and managers of upcoming courses for renewal. By utilizing these reminders for both compliance certifications and Relias courses, HR ensures our mission and action can continue in the important communities we serve. Here's Allison to share more about employee engagement.
So redefining HR means redefining organizational culture. One of the ways that we've done that is through meaningful engagement with our employees, and that starts with listening. In 2022, we conducted an employee engagement survey that revealed several key areas for improvement. And in May of this year, we intentionally mirrored that survey so we could make accurate data-driven comparisons. And we're happy to report that we saw real measurable improvements. We achieved an 85% participation rate with an average score of 4 out of 5 stars. This was an increase from our previous average of 3.85 stars. Based on these results, we created a leadership response plan and are actively working with managers to incorporate the feedback received with a strategy to address the areas of compensation, communication, leadership visibility, employee recognition, and training and development. Our next survey will be conducted in May of 2026, and we hope to achieve even greater results. In addition to our annual survey, we conduct pulse surveys, which are used to periodically check in with team members on the effectiveness of things such as training, upcoming events, and organizational changes. We're also using real-time surveys during meetings to gauge how people are feeling in the moment about the topics being covered and survey the need and interest in future training opportunities. In July of this year, we launched our rewards and recognition platform, Nectar. Nectar allows for peer-to-peer shout-outs, nominations for company awards, challenges, discounts, and internal communications. A week after we launched Nectar, we used it to open the Above and Beyond award nomination process. We collected 65 nominations this year. For comparison's sake, we collected a total of only 17 nominations in 2024. Employees and leaders are in Nectar daily, sending shout-outs, awarding points that can be used to purchase things such as company swag, team parties, and even a day off. We are very excited that Nectar is live and available for all of our employees. We also recently held the Above and Beyond Award ceremony to honor our winners and those celebrating milestone anniversaries. In addition to honoring our team members, attendees enjoyed dancing, a photo booth, and just connecting with each other. Here are some screenshots from Nectar that highlight the communications function that sends the professional quality notices to our employees. They can get them in a variety of ways, such as through email, Microsoft Teams, and in the Nectar app. We would also like to share with you some photos from our 2025 Above and Beyond Awards that was held on September 19th. As you can see, everybody had a great time.
Thank you, Allison. And wow, that was a great event. So as you know, payroll is a crucial function of any organization, but CCS presents its own set of challenges and opportunities when it comes to payroll processes. Last year, the payroll specialists exited, and we had an opportunity to make some changes. First, we moved payroll to HR from the finance department. Then we hired iSolve to manage and process our payroll for us. Unfortunately, this resulted in an excessive amount of payroll issues. Our programs are individually nuanced and each requires different processes due to contractual obligations. With the iSolve team not knowing the fine details of our operations, there were errors occurring regularly. To reduce and mitigate these risks, we removed iSolve from processing payroll and we hired an HR and payroll coordinator. Since that time, we have implemented security measures like requiring every employee to validate their own time card each pay period, as well as sending overtime, new hire, termination, and allocation reports to executive directors and chiefs as soon as payroll is complete. This process has effectively helped reduce excessive amounts of overtime and provides clean and clear data for billing processes. Team members and managers are always welcome to email payroll at payroll@ccs-soaz.org to get assistance with items such as employee changes, including direct deposit changes, tax changes, or other payment method changes, time card approvals, time card issues or adjustments, and garnishments. We also assist with reimbursables such as mileage, expense reimbursements, cell phone reimbursements, and then payroll allocations. Managers submit reports on how labor is to be allocated each pay period. We also provide manager support by running payroll reports needed for billing and audit purposes. We also provide support to managers by sending reminders for time card verifications, missed and pending punches, and time off requests. These changes and requirements have been made to improve and streamline the payroll processes. I'll pass it over to Sam for information on training and development.
Thank you, Felicia. Another key area identified in our engagement survey was training and development. Prior to the survey, HR had already revamped our new employee orientation from a weekly 1-hour Zoom to a monthly 3-hour in-person experience. At our new employee orientation, new team members could meet with senior leadership personally, learn about our CCS programs and services, and meet and network with colleagues from other programs and departments. This experience creates a positive and engaging culture right from the start of their employment with CCS, and learning about all our programs and services allows our newest team members to share this information with family and friends, this driving CCS's mission awareness forward. We have also enhanced management training to provide additional support to management team members. Managers meet in person every month for 1 full day of updates and training, and meet on the off months virtually for more HR training. Subjects have been covered in the last year include critical topics like regulatory compliance, recruiting and interviewing, coaching and performance, conflict management, dev culture, culture competency, and etc. In addition, HR also provides informal trainings with managers and employees as needed. When needed, managers are now receiving robust training on a regular basis to enhance their understanding of employment law and the best practices with managing people.
Thank you, Sam. Data is critical to operations at CCS. HR provides monthly data reports to the HR committee and will start sending these to executive directors and chiefs on a regular monthly basis. These reports include data on headcounts, turnover, hiring, benefits enrollments, and employee feedback and employee anniversaries. By using data to tell the story of where we were and where we are now, we can confidently look into the future with clarity to make important decisions. An example of this is by watching our internal age demographics. We can track those who are closest to retirement age, which gives us the opportunity to plan for their exit, thereby remaining staffed with no lapse in service, while also celebrating the service and tenure of the retiring employee. We can also use data to determine if a particular program is struggling to retain their staff by following the turnover data. This allows HR to dive deeper into the root cause or causes of increased turnover in this program and how we can help support them by stabilizing their staffing levels, provide training to team members and supervisors, and work together to enhance the team culture. These on the screen are snippets from the HR report that is, what you're seeing is a 3-year review by age in the month of August. So August of 23, August of 24, and August of 25. This is just a piece of some of the data that we see along with the top 5 summaries for the month. The HR team has accomplished a lot in the last year, but we're not done yet. This fiscal year, we are going to focus on 3 areas in particular: training and development, employee engagement, and compliance. In the area of training and development, we intend to launch Mission in Action University for leadership development. The Mission in Action University program will have subject matter experts come in and train in areas of ethics and governance, financial stewardship, employment law, risk management, performance management, and even strategic critical thinking. We also want to provide employee safety and well-being training and communications on a monthly basis, sending out emails to staff on safety and wellness topics, as well as possibly implementing occasional challenges in our Nectar system around safety and wellness. And also, we want to create and launch training tracks and plans in Relias, our learning management system, for self-enrollment. This may include topics such as ethics and compliance, customer service, business acumen, safety in the workplace. Another area we're focusing on is employee engagement. And we intend to create an employee engagement committee that is fully employee run. When employees feel that they have a say and a voice in their workplace, it creates trust, positive engagement, and commitment to the organization. The committee will include staff from the frontline, managers, executives, and directors to include representation from all levels of the organization. The committee will focus on employee engagement activities, safety, communication, and training, as well as employee wellness initiatives. The committee is going to develop a calendar of topics and events to share out with everyone. They will also host community charity walks, wellness fairs, and other company engagement activities. Finally, in the area of compliance, we intend to expand compliance through internal audits and participation on the Quality Management Committee. HR will develop a compliance calendar, which will engage audits at periodic intervals, depending on our needs. HR is represented now as a member on the newly formed Quality Management Committee and will work with key leaders on compliance-related issues and ideas for continuous improvement to prevent and/or mitigate any potential risks to the organization. Looking ahead, our future vision is centered on continuous improvement, launching Mission in Action University, building a strong wellness and safety culture, strengthening compliance through internal audits, and integrating technology platforms that make resources more accessible to all employees. Our future is bright. This is a sneak peek into the Mission in Action University branding. We are in the very early stages of development of this program, but wanted to give you a visual and a sneak peek at what it might look like and what you may expect. It is truly exciting when we think about our future and the possibilities that lie ahead. HR has worked diligently with our human resources information system provider, iSolved, to clean up and enhance our system to work more effectively for our needs. We have partnered with several vendors on integrating systems to allow for seamless transmission of data between the systems, thereby alleviating data input errors that are likely when you have manual entry work. This is yet another example of how HR is redefining support by leveraging technology to improve our systems and processes by creating efficiencies. HR recently added a feature to our iSolved system called People Predictive Analytics. People Predictive Analytics offers customizable dashboards using the data already contained within the system. This data is easily filtered and sorted with the ability to drill down, review trending over time, and in some cases, view predictive analytics for well-informed decision-making for the future. We're working on this now and hope to have it rolled out by the end of the calendar year to managers, directors, and executives. Communication has always been a challenge at CCS and most other organizations. Due to our programs and facilities being spread throughout Southern Arizona, that just adds another layer of complexity to communications here at CCS. HR is in the final stages of developing a SharePoint site for employees to receive up-to-date information on company events, training opportunities, frequently used forms, access to policies, and other tools and resources. Finally, HR is committed to developing an employee handbook for all employees to have easy and direct access to all company policies. We want to ensure that all employees are equipped with the tools and resources needed to be successful at CCS. An employee handbook can provide guidance to employees who may be otherwise adverse to asking and seeking assistance, clarify policy discussions and even disagreements, and it provides a guideline for how we operate at CCS. This HR team is committed to continuous improvement. This means we solicit and welcome feedback from all levels of the organization, board of directors, and the community on how we may improve our processes. Our goal is to make life easier for those we serve, so please share any ideas that you may have for improvement. This is a sneak peek at our people predictive analytics, colorful graphs and charts that are customizable, able to be filtered and sorted, drilled down, analyzed, and again, in some cases, predictive. And this is a sneak peek into the HR SharePoint site where employees can go to get up-to-date information on events, access commonly used forms, and access tools and resources. Thank you. On behalf of our team, we extend our heartfelt gratitude for joining us for our presentation, Human is Universal, Redefining Human Resources. Your time and attention means so much, and we hope that you leave inspired by how the HR team is critical to CCS's mission to provide help, create hope, and serve all. Together, we can continue to reimagine HR in a way that uplifts people, strengthens communities, and makes a lasting impact. Thank you, everyone. We are now open for questions. Or comments. Questions or comments, anyone? I don't see any in the chat either. Can anyone hear me? Oh, thank you.
This is Laura. I think it's excellent, your team, the way you support us. And is there anything that we can do as a team to help support HR?
Thank you, Laura. I appreciate that. We very much do. Yeah, yes, one way I think that everybody can help support us to support you is by really communicating with us. Reach out, invite us to your meetings. We were talking about that yesterday in our management retreat is, we want to be at your meetings. Please invite us. And then you can have HR right there to answer any policy questions, any benefits questions, whatever you have. And even if they don't have the answer right there on the spot, we can always get that information and come back. That's how we want to provide support. We want to be there. We want to be there in person. We want to meet everybody. So please, again, invite us into the conversations, invite us to the meetings, and allow us to partner with you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, I see nothing. So guys, thank you again. Let me share. I think we have a couple other slides here just to say thank you. This is our contact information, our human resources email address, our payroll email address, my email address as well, and then the rest of our schedule for this year. We thank you so much for being with us today, and we hope you have a wonderful weekend. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Great presentation.
Thank
you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Have a great weekend, everyone.
You too.
This is the interpreter.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. I appreciate you providing access. Have a great weekend.
Thank you,
Thank you.
interpreters.
Bye.